Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Maddie and today I'm going to be giving you my July book haul. I bought so many books this month. I went completely overboard. I have no idea how many I bought. That's how many I bought. I went to the thrift store twice and got I think like 5 books each time. I placed an order on Book Outlet and I think it was like probably like 10 books because it usually is when I place a Book Outlet order. And I placed a book depository order and I won a giveaway. I have so many books to show you, so stick around if you want to find out all the books that I bought or received in the month of July. First, I have As Old as Time, A Twisted Tale by Liz Braswell. This is a Beauty and the Beast retelling. The tagline for this book is, "What if Belle's mother cursed the Beast?" I love Beauty and the Beast. I love retellings, so I figured it was time I got around to this one. Also, it's on Book Outlet, so it was cheap. Next, I have Broken Things by Lauren Oliver. This is a YA murder mystery type story, I think. I know it's a thriller. And I believe this book follows these teenage girls, a group of friends, and one of them has gone missing, and everyone thinks that the other girls in this friend group are guilty. They murdered her or what have you. I'm getting a lot more into mysteries and thrillers lately, and I love Lauren Oliver's books, so I'm glad I have this one now, and I'll probably pick it up when I'm in the mood for YA mystery. Who knows? Next, I have Dune by Carrie Core and Lori Langdon. This is a YA fantasy story set in Scotland. This book has been on my radar ever since Sasha Alsberg recommended this on her channel years ago when she was like obsessed with Scotland, which she still is. She kept talking about this book on her channel and I've been wanting to read it ever since, but it wasn't like high up on my TBR. But then I saw it on Book Outlet and I was like, why not? Why not just get it, try it out, see if I like it. Next, I have In a Perfect World by Trish Doller, and this looks like a fantasy story, and I thought it was a fantasy story like set in the desert or like some type of Arabian fantasy. It's not. This is actually a YA contemporary story about a girl who is forced to move to Cairo, Egypt, I believe. Yeah, her mother gets a job in Egypt, and so she is forced to move for the summer and live in Egypt, and she thinks she's going to hate it, but then she ends up falling in love with the culture and probably falling in love with a person. I have been wanting to read this book because of the cover, and then I also really love Arabian, Persian culture settings in books. Hopefully I like this one. Next, I have Of Poseidon and Of Triton by Anna Banks. I believe this is a YA fantasy story following Greek mythology. So of course, these books have been on my radar for years because of the Greek mythology. Recently, one of my friends actually read these and she really liked them and she recommended them to me, and I was like, oh yeah, I remember those books from a long time ago and I never read them, so I bought them because they were on Book Outlet for cheap. And then I got One Paris Summer by Denise Grover Swank. This is one that I actually read last month and really loved it. This is a contemporary romance story following a girl who's forced to live in France for the summer, and of course she ends up falling in love and all that jazz, which is the perfect book for me. Also, she's a musician. She is a pianist, which I also am a mediocre pianist, but I do play the piano. So I really connected to the main character and I love this story. I love France. I love Paris. I want to live there one day. But when I read this book, I did not own my own copy and I had to get my own. I just had to. Next, I have Sawkill Girls by Claire Legrand, and this is a YA mystery thriller story following this group of girls who live on an island, and every year girls just disappear from this like mysterious evil and no one knows really what happens to these girls. At least that's what I've gotten from the summary of this story. The tagline actually is very intriguing, so I'm going to read it for you. Beware of the woods and the dark, dank deep. He'll follow you home and he won't let you sleep. That just sounds really cool. It makes me want to read this ASAP. And lastly, from Book Outlet, I got this Savage Song by Victoria Schwab. I've never read a Victoria Schwab book or a V.E. Schwab book. This one seems to be a big favorite, especially people who mostly read in the YA genre instead of adult genre. Also, it has musical themes in it, which I am a musician, so Hopefully I like that aspect of the story. It is a YA fantasy story set in this world where bad deeds create monsters, and so there's the regular human folk and then there's the monsters that are created into these beings based off of the bad acts that humans commit. It follows a human who wants to be a monster and a monster who wants to be a human. And following the Victoria Schwab train, I also received this beautiful copy of Vicious by V.E. Schwab. I won this in a giveaway hosted by Yasmin the Reader. I believe that's how you say her name. Thank you so much. I'm so happy because this is the first giveaway that I've ever won. I am so happy to have this book. It's absolutely gorgeous. I mean, just come on and just look at this OMG. Oh, and I forgot, I also made an Amazon order, so I have a couple books from Amazon to show you. I have King's Cage and Warstorm by Victoria Aveyard. These are books 3 and 4 in the Red Queen series, which is a YA dystopian fantasy-esque type story. I really enjoyed books 1 and 2, so I am excited to see where the rest of the series goes. And if you follow me on Twitter, you know what tragic thing happened when I bought these books. Basically, at my house, whenever we order packages, they just drop them off on our front porch. And the day that I received these, I was in my room and I heard the mail person pull up in our driveway because our driveway is gravel, so you can hear it when people come. But by the time I got up and outside to get my package, my dog destroyed it. She chewed through the box, strew my books all over the yard, completely chewed this one up. There's actually still like puncture mark in this cover, but other than that, it was fine. The other one looks like this. She chewed the first 50 pages off. So of course I had to spend more money and buy a brand new copy again. I also bought The Sweetest Kind of Poison by Katie Wismer. This is a poetry book following Katie's abusive relationship that she went through when she was in high school, and it follows her recovery from it, but more than that, it follows her journey of finding herself and loving herself enough to remove herself from a toxic relationship, even though it was very difficult. I also got The Woman in Cabin 10 by Ruth Ware. This is one that I also read last month that I wanted to purchase my own copy of because I loved it that much. Also, my mom heard me talking about this book and she wanted to read it, so I also got this copy so that she could read it, but then she ended up listening to the audiobook. It's fine, whatever. This is an adult mystery thriller novel set on this yacht. This book was fantastic. I absolutely loved this book, and it wasn't like a mind blower, but this is a book that I could not figure out. I could not figure out what was happening, what was going on. Anyway, Woman in Cabin 10, check it out if you haven't already. I also bought this book last month, but I think I forgot to haul it, so I bought Getting Through What You Can't Get Over by Anita Agers-Brooks. Sorry if I pronounced that incorrectly. This is a Christian nonfiction book, and I've just been going through it a little bit at a time. Obviously, from the title, you can guess what it's about. This book actually tells stories of different people who've gone through something traumatic or something really difficult, and this book is very inspiring. Alright, and from the thrift store, I got The Couple Next Door by Cherie LaPena. Sorry. I have no idea what this one is about. I'm assuming it's about the couple next door, and I believe it's an adult murder mystery novel or mystery thriller. I'm not really sure. Like I said earlier, I'm very much into murder mysteries and thrillers right now, which is totally not my typical genre, but I saw this. It was $1, so I got it. Next, I got Boundaries by Dr. Henry Cloud and Dr. John Townsend. This is a nonfiction about how to establish boundaries in your relationships, and I definitely need this because I'm very much the type of person that will let people pretty much do whatever they want regardless of how it affects me. As long as I'm making someone else happy, I don't really give a lot of thought to how it's negatively affecting me. So boundaries is a concept that I'm having to learn. Next, I got Anna Karenina by Leo Tolstoy, and this is a classic and it's a chunker, but I wanted to add it to my classics collection. I may eventually listen to the audiobook instead of reading the physical copy just because I'm not sure if I can get through it by reading the physical copy. Anyway, I got this one. I also got The Kite Runner by Khaled Hosseini. Sorry if I pronounced that wrong. I have no idea what this is about, but this is also like a modern classic. All these books were $1. I saw them. I was like, oh, I've heard of that one. Let me get it. This is one of those. And next I got And Then When There Were None by Agatha Christie. I don't know what this is about except for it's a murder mystery thriller novel. I read Murder on the Orient Express and I've been wanting to pick up more of her books since. I feel like there were more books that I got from the thrift store, but I don't know where they're at. I definitely had 2 things of books though. Oh well, I'm just gonna move on. So next I got on Book Depository and I got these beautiful UK copies of Nevernight and God's Grave by Jay Kristoff. This is an adult fantasy series following these assassins, and that's all I need to know. People absolutely love this series. People love Jay Kristoff's books. I've been wanting to read these for a while and I'm glad I held myself back from buying these sooner because I wouldn't have gotten these beautiful UK editions. Gorgeous. Honestly, I'm not even sure if that's all of them, but I'm just going to end this video here because my memory card is about to be slam full and the camera's about to shut off. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more bookish content by me. Let me know in the comments down below if any of these books are your favorites. Let me know if you've read them, what your thoughts were on them, which ones I should read first. Just comment your thoughts. That is it for this video today. I hope you all have a wonderful day and I will see you in my next video. Bye.